great day at 9 I'm Nicole and
Scot here. Nice to see you. Nice to see you in your pretty dress.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you in your pretty tie.
Well, thank you. This is the $110 tie.
Oh, it is?
Yes, because I bought 4 shirts and the tie came in for free.
Yeah.
If you bought 4 shirts, the tie came in free. Well, the 4 shirts fell apart and disintegrated. They weren't worth the $25 I spent, but I got the tie for $15.
Okay.
So I say I got a tie for $110.
It's beautiful, and you do get a lot of use out of it.
I do get a lot of use out of it.
I recognize that tie a lot.
I'm not getting rid of this tie anytime soon. So how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Happy it's Friday, and you must be
I'm a little excited. I'm going away next week. I'm going to the Outer Banks with my friends from high school.
That's awesome. I love how you still keep in touch with them and do those trips.
Two of Megan and Sheila I actually went to first grade with.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we go way back.
Wow.
And we're all still friends, and so we're going to be spending a week away in the Outer Banks.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Are you going to go to the beach with the horses where they run?
I don't know.
Oh, you should. Check it out.
I'll check that out.
There's this like exclusive beach where like the horses can roam free.
Really?
And it's a beautiful sight. Yeah, I think you can rent Jeeps and like drive along.
Okay, I'd have to check that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of checking things out, let's check out our weather.
Oh, yeah.
It's not looking good.
Not good for today,
Not good for today. The rest of the weekend, we're looking pretty good. Let's just get through this evening, okay? Early morning dew pole radar scans to stay dry. This evening, again, between the hours of about 6 and midnight, we are going to be dealing with some isolated strong to severe storms, wind gusts, lightning, hail, the whole 9 yards. There could be some torrential rain, especially if the storms train, which means they don't really move a lot in a whole bunch of time, and they just drop an excessive amount of rain, and that means flooding is also possible. Now, the storm prediction set, this is a little bit of a change. This is just updated. More of the state is now at level 1, and more of northwest Connecticut is now at level 2. So this is just into the early warning forecast center. Level 2 now for northwest Connecticut. That means some of the storms really could pack a punch. We're going to have to keep you posted, and you need to keep it tuned to Channel 3 throughout the day and also download that app. Let's take a look at early warning futurecast. It is tomorrow's weather today. Shows us an hour-by-hour depiction of some of the storms that are expected. This is around 3 o'clock, so we're still pretty good. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you'll notice, and then here come those storms. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock for northwest Connecticut, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock tonight, not looking too particularly good. And then it wraps up after midnight tonight, and the rest of the weekend looks pretty good. So for the remainder of the day, temperatures topping out in the low 80s with partly to mostly cloudy skies, and then you'll notice those thunderstorm icons start rolling in by 6, 7 o'clock this evening. I'll have the 3-day outlook coming up in less than 10, but I think you're going to like what you see for the Saturday and Sunday time frame. I
was going to say, this is my glass half full approach, but you know, we just got to get through today, and then we'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
All right, let's get to your top stories this morning. Waterbury Hospital is working right now with security experts to try and get computer systems back online after they were hit by a cyber attack. Now, the issue forced the hospital and the Eastern Connecticut Health Network to divert ER patients to other facilities. Some offices will be closed today, and so far we don't know if patient information was compromised, but investigators are working hard trying to figure out who exactly is responsible for that attack. You know, you hear of these, you know, hacking into cybersecurity, these data breaches. You don't think about the patients.
Right.
Literally, they can't get into the system in this situation.
And they were literally doing everything by paper yesterday. Like, the doctors were writing things down on papers.
That is freaky.
You know, and I was like, whoa, this is a throwback to the, you know, where the doctor has to actually talk to the patient.
Right,
The patient actually has to talk to the doctor instead of looking at the computer screens.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we still have paper.
That's
absolutely
true.
right.
I know, don't get rid of the paper. Recycle it, but don't get rid of it.
Yeah, and they're also owned by a California-based company called Prospect Holdings. There are reports another medical facility in Pennsylvania was also having IT issues. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, well, hey, good quick thinking on their part, trying to move everyone around and do what they have to do. So, former President Donald Trump is back at his New Jersey golf club after pleading not guilty during his 3rd arraignment. He's
facing 4 new federal charges. The indictment includes conspiracy and obstruction charges. Legal teams from both sides are expected back in court on August 28th. This is now the 3rd time Trump has been charged in a criminal court. Before this, no other former president had ever been charged with a crime. We're going to continue to follow this case on the air and, of course, on the Channel 3 app. So far, Trump is the only person who has been charged, but the investigation isn't over. He could also face charges in Georgia related to the election results, and I noticed that they're already putting up barricades in Georgia in anticipation. They say it might be coming out in the next week or so. So we just have to wait and see what happens down there as well.
So in addition to the federal charges, then we have the state charges now with Georgia.
A lot of charges.
Yes, that's for sure.
We might not be in a pandemic, but COVID, it hasn't disappeared.
Yeah, our state is actually experiencing a spike in cases right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Doctors at Yale say that they have been seeing double the number of COVID cases this week versus last week. And Barbenheimer might be partially to blame with so many people going to the movies. Now, an updated COVID vaccine is expected to be ready for the fall, with numerous pharmacy chains saying that they'll have it once the new shot gets FDA approval. Medical experts are also advising people to get the updated vaccine.
Are you going? I'm going to see Barbie tonight.
Oh, I know. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
That's going to be
Oh, you saw it again last night, Beck? Beck, our producer, saw it twice.
It's been twice, yeah.
That's so awesome.
It's on my radar.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. $18 for the ticket.
Seriously? Well, you know what? When think about prices.
I haven't been to the movies in like 5 years.
Well, I think they're a little higher too in the past 3 years because of the pandemic.
All right.
I think so.
You got 20 bucks I can borrow? I want to get some popcorn.
The popcorn will likely cost you $20.
The popcorn will also be $20.
But remember, a lot of these movie chains and especially the local mom and pop movie theaters, they make their money off of the food because they have to pay so much to the actual license holders and the studios. So think of that in the back of your head. It's an experience.
Excellent.
Right? You don't go every day.
No, not going. This is the first time again in 5 years, so I'm looking forward to it. All right, if you think housing is expensive here in our state, you're right.
Yeah. A new report shows some surprising information, though, about actually how much it costs to rent an apartment. Oof. The National Low Income Housing Coalition says that someone working a $15 per hour minimum wage job would actually need to work 69 hours per week to just afford a one-bedroom.
You need to earn nearly $32 an hour, more than double minimum wage, to afford a two-bedroom apartment. In this report, afford means spending no more than 30% of your pay on housing. Connecticut has the 9th highest housing wage in the country. Yeah, if you want to live in Connecticut, you got to shell it out. Get those wallets out.
I mean, a normal work week, normal, is 40 hours.
Right.
But
they're telling them 69.
69 hours if you're making minimum wage to just get a one bedroom to rent. And this is scary when you think about families, too, who are just struggling to pay their bills.
Yeah. And then, you want to try to have a night out, like go to a movie. You can't afford it. It's ridiculous.
That's a good point. Well, Channel 3 is your back-to-school authority. And, speaking of affording, we've been trying to help maximize savings for the annual tax-free week.
This year, it's August 20th through the 26th. Channel 3's Wendell Edwards reveals something you may not know and where to get the best deals. Take a look.
When it comes to helping you save money, Tax-Free Week in Connecticut is built to do just that.
It's a great opportunity to load up with clothes and footgear and things like that for your children who are going back to school.
This year, the Tax-Free Week is August 20th through the 26th. That's Sunday through Saturday. During this week, if you buy clothes or shoes under $100, you don't pay any sales tax at all. Mark Boughton is the commissioner of the State Department of Revenue Services.
The great thing about this is you can buy 7 items, and if each one's under $100, you'll be exempt from sales and use tax. Pretty good deal.
The commissioner says that is an important point. The sales tax exemption is per item, not per total purchase. And it's also a week where the sales are plentiful.
We can stretch the dollar as much as you want. On any regular day, all of our retailers are having some type of sale.
The discounts are deep, as much as 60% off, if not higher, that week. A rep from Tanger at Foxwood says it's one of the busiest times for them of the year.
Tax-Free Week is one of our favorite times here at Tanger at Foxwoods. It brings in so many shoppers for some extra savings on top of the amazing savings.
Commissioner Boughton says Tax-Free Week started in Connecticut in the mid-2000s, and he says it's really helping.
It's just another way for Connecticut families to save money,
giving families and their budgets a much-needed break. At Foxwoods, Wendell Edwards, Channel 3. Eyewitness News.
And if you can buy some supplies right now, why not help a local teacher get everything they need?
Yeah.
Our teacher wish lists are making sure that local educators do not have to spend thousands of dollars of their own money to stock up on everyday items.
Meredith Roche, I hope I got that right, a 4th grade teacher at Prudence Crandall School in Enfield, sent us her list. She included watercolor markers, lined sticky notes, and a magnetic shelf for her whiteboard. It doesn't sound like too much to ask, right?
Simple things.
All of the full lists broken down by town and school are on the WFSB website or the app.
And there is actually a large list of items that are eligible for that tax sales exemption. So you or sales tax exemption, that is, tax sales, sales tax. You can find that list at ct-gov. There's a link actually in the story too, right on the Channel 3 app. So go check that out and see what you can get exempt,
Absolutely. Good idea.
This is an exciting story.
Exciting.
UConn great and basketball legend Diana Taurasi has just made more history.
She's the first ever WNBA player to score 10,000 points. Taurasi hit the milestone thanks to a three-pointer in the third quarter last night. The Mercury played the Atlanta Dream. Naturally, the crowd erupted after the historic bucket. The next highest scorer is more than 2,500 points behind Taurasi.
Behind. Can you believe that?
Behind. I'm Joe Zone, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Congratulations, Diana. That's awesome.
Awesome. Making us proud. And the Mercury ended up winning that game as well. They snapped a 4-game losing streak.
10,000 points. It's just remarkable.
Yeah. The talent.
The talent. You're absolutely right.
Amazing.